It has been a season to forget for many a West Ham fan, marred by a lot of managerial um, upheaval, reported dressing room conflicts, heartbreaking last minute defeats, persistent injuries, and just genuinely ongoing unrest amongst the camp. And with the transfer window fast approaching, East London is set to be a busy area, a busy summer for us, likely bringing significant squad changes. West Ham, of course, have already confirmed the departures of Creswell, Lucas Fabianski, Vladimir Sefal, Danny Ings, all of whom will leave as free agents once their contracts expire come the end of the season. Antonio's future also remains uncertain, with his contract also up this summer. No official word from the club on a potential renewal following a serious car accident in December. However, several reports are suggesting that he has been offered a short-term deal on reduced wages, primarily to aid his recovery to help him secure a move elsewhere. Now, loanees Carlos Soler, Evan Ferguson are expected to return to their parent clubs. Carlos Soler is on a mega amount of money until 2027 with PSG, so that deal will not be happening. And I suppose there's been a disappointment in Evan Ferguson not be getting a chance at West Ham, especially under the manager who gave him the shot at Brighton. And Jean-Claire Todibo is joining the club permanently as his obligation to buy clause has been activated. So this was also further hinted by the player himself, who on social media said, "Huge thanks to the fans. See you next season," accompanied by a hammers emoji at the same time. So, he's a permanent West Ham player. Mohamed Kudus has been at the centre of transfer speculation for months and months and months. Liverpool reportedly amongst the clubs monitoring his situation. The Ghanaian forward is said to be eager to potentially leave West Ham, but do it in a kind of respectful manner. There's a lot of interest coming out from Saudi Arabia. Guido Rodriguez and Edson Alvarez have also been linked with moves away, with Rodriguez reportedly considering a return to Argentina and River Plate, while Alvarez has drawn interest from Borussia Dortmund, Monaco, Chelsea, Spurs, and several other clubs around Europe. And there's also been an interesting development when it comes to Rodriguez as well, because some reports are suggesting that he could be willing to stay to fight for his place, considering he has been included in the most recent squads and starting 11s under Graham Potter. Several reports have also suggested that not just Emerson could be heading out the door this summer, but also another player we only signed last summer, Luis Guilherme. And of course, we expect the top level bids coming in for Jared Bowen to try and tempt the fate of the West Ham ownership and manager. Thomas Souček is another player on the tip of the tongue, and that is just to name a few. We could be looking upwards of 11, 12, possibly even 14 players heading out this summer. That's the monumental upgrade and change that's going to be made this summer, and something that West Ham need to be able to deal with. It's bigger than last summer. It's bigger than any of the summers I can imagine, because West Ham do not want to be footering in and around that relegation zone, and we're going to need some reasonable impacts moving forward into the new season. I, for one, see an element of excitement. I'm fearful, but I'm also excited. So, how do you feel about the amount of players that could be heading out the door this summer? It's worrying, or can you see the benefits? Are we due a clear out? I remember several seasons ago when under, the likes of Avram Grant, etc., that you always felt like several seasons you'd have to do a major clear out the deadwood. And I don't feel like there's a major amount of deadwood. I mean, we haven't even mentioned Lucas Paquetá either. But the situation has arose where we have no choice to turn these players around. I spoke to you about another player called obviously Konstantinos Mavropanos heading out the door as well. So I could go on and on and on with the squad. The worrying thing is we do have a major overhaul. Can West Ham handle the overhaul? And how many players do you see West Ham getting rid of this summer? Put your comments in. Let me know. Hit the thumbs up. And, of course, leave a comment. Come on, you ants.